Welcome to another episode of Bet Regret Chronicles, the podcast that exposes the harsh realities of gambling and the regret it leaves behind. Since the very first video, I have seen a lot of turn up. A lot of people have messaged me, a lot of them have commented, and I've been able to speak to people from far and wide. The negative impact of gambling in our generation is becoming an alarming to every gamblers, whether you live in Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, or any corner of our world. The devastating effect of gambling actually knows no border. I will say categorically that gambling addiction is worse than COVID-19. It's worse than cancer. It's worse than HIV. It's worse than any sickness that you can ever imagine. A man who is addicted to gambling understands what I'm talking about. As once an addict, I understand what I'm talking about. I was addicted to gambling for 3 good years of my life. Sleepless nights, sometimes crying like a baby at the middle of the night, high blood pressure, hypertension, thought of committing suicide. You name it. There were so many. Depression. There were so many in my life as at that particular time. But the only thing that will console me as at that time, just another bet. You might recover. Just another bet. You might gain back everything you've lost. But today, I'm a free man. That is why I've created this podcast, so that I can use my voice. We can come together to use our voices to educate our generation on the negative impact of gambling. I will also say that gambling is more demonic than the physical aspect of it all. Gambling is more than just placing a belt. Gambling is actually you opening a door for Satan to come in and ruin everything you've worked for. And in case you don't know, gambling does not know background. Gambling addiction has nothing to do with your background. Either you are poor, you are rich, you are from a well family, whatever status you think you have, you are married, you are single, whatever status you think you have, it belongs to you. When it comes to gambling addiction, it doesn't look at those things. What it look at, it is you. And I also tell people, so many of you at times now, that it is not actually the poor that gambles, it is the rich that gamble. A man who has nothing to gamble with. But a man who has something to gamble with. That your 200 rand that you are about to gamble with is because you have it. That your 20 rand, your 30 rand that you place on everyday gamble, it is because you have it. Anybody who does not have money has nothing to gamble with. So if you gamble, it is because you have. So that means if you don't gamble, you can save and make good use of this money that you gamble away. Gambling addiction has become a cancer of our generation. In our youth, our men and women, our boys, our girls, our kids, everybody now know how to gamble. With the advancement of technology, you can be in your room, you play all manner of game you want to play. Gambles your money away. You know, the most sympathetic part of it all, the government cannot do anything to help you. There's no institution that it was meant to help you. You are the only help that was meant for yourself. Until you wake up and realize that gambling is actually a demonic assignment to bring you down. It was actually orchestrated from the pit of air to make sure that you make no good use of your life. That maybe then you'll be able to look for a way out. Like as I said, I've spoken to so many people in these past few days. I spoke to a brother of mine from Cameroon just this morning before this podcast record. And he told me how he cried sleepless nights, how he borrowed money from people, how he's ashamed to even tell the next person he's a gambler. Same year, I was once there. On my next video, I'm going to be talking of how I lost 500,000 rounds or even more on gambling. That was why this podcast was bettered. That was what drove me into opening this podcast so that people like you and me can come share our stories for the world to hear, so we can educate the next generation, so they can get to hear our voices, that we shared our stories, so that they can know that gambling is as demonic or as satanic as the devil himself. A lot of people have lost everything through gamble. A lot of people have stories. People lost 3 million, 4 million, 5 million rounds, even more to gamble. Have stories of a man who used to have everything but now has nothing to show for it because of gamble. And it's not just in Africa alone, it is globally. Globally, it is estimated that 26% of the world population has one time or the other gambled. So that means it is not just something that has to do with Africa. No, it is a global issue. This issue calls for alarm. This issue calls for a serious awareness. This issue calls for a serious awakening, so that we all can be open to see the demon that is killing our generation. 60% of Nigeria population are gamblers or actively engages in gambling activities. That is the country that I know so well because I'm a Nigerian. I don't know about Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, but all I know is that there are gambling stores, gambling cities, gambling places all around you that you can go in and gamble your money away. It is your money. Nobody has the responsibility to tell you how to do or what to do with it. But I'm here to educate you. I'm here to inform you. I'm here to bring into your lightning that gambling addiction can cost you everything. Everything. When I mean everything, I mean totally everything that you've worked for over the years. An addition of gambling can ruin everything for you. Your plans, your marriage, your happy life, your business, your workplace, name it. Name it. Let me hear it. Anything you can ever think of, gambling addiction has the power to ruin it all in a twinkle of an eye. Ask around if you don't know. If today's your first time of coming across such a page or somebody talking of such an information, ask. Kudos to you if you've never gambled. A round of applause for you if you've never come across your mind to gamble. I will tell you, my name is Samad Nelson. Do never, ever, ever try to gamble. Don't allow anybody, coerce you into it. Don't allow anybody talk you into it. Do not allow anybody pressurize you into it. My friends are winning it. They are living well. They are doing this. They are doing that with gambling money. You might not be that lucky person like your friends. You might just be one of those victims like me. I was introduced into gambling 2022 by a friend of mine who told me I was winning very well. And it was a whole hell of roller coaster for me. I still see them today and think, how did I get so foolishly for good 3 years of my life? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I gamble today, I lose. Tomorrow I gamble, I lose. Next tomorrow I gamble more, I lose more. The other day I gamble more. I lose more. I fall into more depression, more into anxiety, high blood pressure, suicide thoughts. They were all rampaging around me. There were nights when I take sleep tablets, and it didn't even work. It didn't work. I couldn't sleep at night. My heart was heavy. I was broken. I was shattered. I cried like a baby most times at night. I remember vividly telling my wife to her face, I feel like killing myself. I feel like I was never going to get out of this trap. I feel like I was never going to be able to escape this demon that was ruining my life. I remember nights. I can't forget. That is why I have created this podcast. Like as I said, this podcast is to educate you of the negative impact of gambling, to bring to your awareness. The same way they do HIV awareness, the same way they do all those other awareness we do. in our society, in our countries. That is the same way we are supposed to be doing the gambling awareness, educating people of the negative impact of gambling, that you can lose everything, including your life, on gambling. Like as I said before, if you've never gambled before, please do not allow anybody talk you to it, because it is a journey that might never end well for you. 99 points, I would say 99.8% of people who gambles, I just add it, who lose money every day. Only 0.2, if there is 0.2 people actually make a living out of gambling. According to my research so far, there is no richest gambler in Africa. I've done research. There's no richest gamblers in Africa. There is currently no richest gambler in anywhere in Africa. If there is, please, you can show me. Maybe I just need to ask him, what does he do better? They say gambling is luck. What if your luck is not in gambling? You have to stop. The gambling industry is always saying winners know when to stop. No, they actually saying losers know when to stop. You that has been losing to gambling for so long, when do you think is the right time to stop? The last bet you placed yesterday might just be the very right time to stop gambling. The last bet you placed this morning might be the very last time to stop. I know you might be thinking, I've lost everything to this gamble. I've given everything, my relationship, my mental health, my everything has been invested on it. My whole money. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, look into my face. Let me tell you this. I am going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. And this is my slogan. You can never regain what you've lost. Not with gamble. The best that can happen to you is to lose more. The best that can happen to you is to commit suicide and kill yourself, because you find out that you have run down in debt. With gambles, you lie, you borrowed money from people you are not supposed to borrow from. You can even as far as going to steal from where you are not supposed to steal, just because you want to place a bet, thinking there is a future of hope in gamble. There is none. I'm telling you today, as an ex-gambler, there is no future there. No future there. How do you begin to recover or begin to exit this door? Is to first of all agree with me. Number one, you can never recover that which you have lost. That's number one principle. You must admit, know it like you know your name. I can never recover that which I have lost to gambling. Number one. And number two, the best time to stop is now. Now. Number three, this gambling is a demonic word. I'm calling it a demonic doors. When the day you begin to gamble, there are doors that are open to you. The first door is either you win or you lose. When you win, because man was or human was always designed to try for more. You want more from what was sweet. When you lose, because human was not designed, to lose. You don't want to lose. You want to gain back that which you have lost. You want it back by all means. You want to go more. The more you go, is the more doors are open to you. The more doors are open to you. Step 1, step 2, step 3, until you become until you become an addict. Until you get to that place where you can no longer live without it anymore. You can no longer think where. You can't concentrate. Even when you are walking, your mind is on the gamble. Even when you are sleeping, your mind is on gamble. I've stayed up so many times at night. So uncountable times. Placing a belt on Brazilian games who plays midnight my time. I have to wake up because I have to make sure I'm there watching my ticket. Otherwise, if one cut it at night, I wake up in the morning, it's a mess. But still, the whole can still cut it. I still went to bed sleeping, crying like a baby. So that is why I'm bringing to your awareness. That is why I'm using my voice and your voice to say, let's echo it to eternity so that they can hear that we are spoken. We can be able to educate the others who have not taken the path that lead to destruction. The Bible says there is a way that seems right unto a man. If you are a Christian, you should know. It said, but the end thereof will lead to the destruction. That just 200 rand that you have, you want to make it 5,000 rand fast. It might be a road that will lead to destruction. That is why I've created this podcast, so that we can come together to share our stories. Our stories are the most powerful tools we have for change. Our stories are the most powerful tools we have to make the world a better place. Gambling addiction is not just like every other addiction, though I have not been addicted to any other thing apart from gambling. But I know what I suffered in 3 years of my life. I know what I went through in those 3 years. I know you understand what I'm saying if you are addicted to gambling and you've been asking yourself, how do I get out of this mess? How do I find myself a better person? You have been wanting to kill yourself sometimes. You'll be thinking of suicidal. So many of you have even tried killing yourself. You've taken pills. You've tried to hang yourself. I was speaking to somebody a few days ago, and he told me the younger brother tried to commit suicide because of gambling. He tried. He took pills, and he slept off in the room, only for the neighbor to notice that he has not been heard for since morning. And when they bust the door and opened the door, they met him lying down helplessly. Why? Because of gamble. So it's about time, wherever you are in the world, it is time for us to speak out on the negative impact of gambling. It is time. Either you are white, you are black, you are colored, you are whatever color that you are. Gambling addiction knows no colors. It knows no borders. And it travels so fast. In the United States, around about 162 billion US dollars was spent on gambling in 2024. In the United Kingdom, around about 118 million pounds was spent on gambling in 2024. I can go on and on and on and mention cities. I was even told by a very close friend this morning that there in Cameroon, the minister wanted to stop gambling in the country, wanted to make it an SI. He wanted to block all channels that leads to gambling in the country. But few authorities said no. Because the truth is, you can't stop them. The gambling industry does not come to force you to come and gamble your money with them. You, as a man of greed, a man who wants more, humans in nature, you want more for what you have. That is why we gamble. But what happened to some of us at times? Forever regret. Forever regret. Forever pain. Forever shame. Forever in tears. You can never gain back that which you have lost on gambling. It's like a cup of water spilled. You can never take back the water. But the good thing, you still have the cup. You can still fetch more water from anywhere. So as long as you still have life, you can still make good use of your life. Gambling has taken some part of it. Thank you for what you have taken from me. That does not define me. I still have my life, my plans, my purpose. Everything that you've ever wished in life can still come to pass only if you just take the step towards the right direction, exiting the door of the gamble. It is not easy. It is not as easy as I said now. No, it is not as easy as I've just said it now. Not at all. I know so many of you have tried. I know so many of you have cried. I know so many of you have done everything possibly you can. Sometimes you have even deleted the app so many times. Sometimes you've even blocked, you've even called the companies to block you so you don't gamble with them anymore. But along the line, you don't know what happened again. The urge came back, and it came back stronger than it was before. You couldn't resist it, and you fall into the trap and went back to your old ways. There is still hope for you. I was once like that. But I want to tell you, there's what we call the power of decision. That is what you need. The power of decision. Knowing fully well that there's only one way out is to decide that I want to quit this thing. And how do you begin? Begin knowing fully well that you can never regain that which you have lost to gambling. Generally, you can never that which you have gambled is gone. Is gone. That which you have invested in the gambling industry is gone. It's not coming back. It's not because you are going to put money now that's going to bring back that which you have put before. No. The best that can happen to you, the round of applause that can happen to you is you are going to lose more and more and more and more. So like as I said, the best time to stop is now. It's the best time is to stop is now. This is the very particular time, very right time, the very good time, the very smelling and whole time to stop. If you or anybody you know has been negatively affected by gambling and would like to share their story, I invite you to join this platform. Join me. Let us share. Let it be the voice that echoes the eternity. Your story could be the lifeline that someone else needs. Wherever you are in the world, it is time for us to speak out on the negative impact of gambling of lives, on the negative impact of gambling in our lives, those surrounding us. You can either send me a message, or if you live in South Africa, you want to come to the studio, let's talk about how gambling has affected your life. I invite you to join me. Join me. With this voice, we can make a change. With this voice, we can cause a change. Not if we cannot change all, but we can cause a direction towards a change. I remain Servant Nelson, your host, and I will see you on my next episode. God bless you.